Hey guys, this is Tom, and we're going to be doing a M12 Premier Event Sealed today. Basically, I'm just trying to get some practice in getting ready for next Sunday when the MOCS 9 Championship is, which is going to be a sealed format as well. So, going to try to get a few sealed events under my belt before next week. Really just trying to get ready, make sure we can have a good performance. So, we will be opening the pool here pretty soon, and we'll be building in just a minute. Okay, here we are for building. So let's take a look and see what we got. Alright, in green we've got, let's see, Llanowar Elves, Rampant Growth, Skin Shifter is good, 2 Companions, Double Plummet, not bad, got a Crocodile, Double Trollhide, see here, Basilisk Rhino, okay, Carnage Worm, not bad, and a Stingerfling Spider. So the creatures we've got in green is really actually not too bad. Let's see, for artifacts, we've got Greatsword, Automaton, okay, Manolith. Alright, for red, let's see, Arsonist, Fireslinger, Tunneler, Berserkers, 2 Blood Ogres, okay, I'm already fairly sold on red. Vandal, Elemental, we've got Chandra the Firebrand, not too shabby right there. Mana Barbs, got a Bonebreaker and a Gorehorn Minotaurs. Okay, so red is looking pretty good also. However, we need to find some removal. So let's see, for black, Tormented Soul, Shadow Knight, got the Bats, Bloodseeker, okay, Onyx Mage, Distress, Warpath Ghoul, Drifting Shade, Gravedigger, okay, Zombie Goliath. Alright, still not seeing any real bombs yet. I mean, other than Chandra, which we've seen already. So, I mean, the black has, you know, a nice set of creatures also, but it doesn't have any removal. Okay, for blue, we've got the Bears and Summon. Let's see if we can move this up just a little bit here. Distress down there, and Summon down there. Okay, Looter, Frost Breath, nice. Skywinder Drake, Adept, Fleetwing, okay. Mind Control, very nice. And a Master Thief and a Cancel. Okay. So, I mean, the blue creatures, you know, like the Drake, the Adept, the Looter, the Bears are all fine, the Control is fine. What have we got in white? Spirit Mantle, okay. Lawkeeper, Pegasus, Oromancer, Veteran, okay. Sentinel. We have an Oblivion Ring, which is good. Peregrine Griffin, Rock Egg. Okay, so our creatures are pretty underwhelming. Don't have a lot of, you know, we really don't have any bombs except for Chandra, which is okay. Let's see. So since we have such a low threat density for removal, we're going to have to look at some very, very strong creatures. So white gives us, you know, 1 tapper. It gives us an Oblivion Ring and a Spirit Mantle, which isn't bad. Spirit Mantle is a alternate path to victory. Like the Veteran is fine, the Oromancer can get back the Divine Favors, or the like Spirit Mantle, which isn't bad. What does black got going for it? Honestly, black is not that impressive. I mean, it has, you know, a few early guys, which is fine. You can, you know, trade up on your creatures just because you've got, you know, the Child of Night and the Swarm and the Ghoul. So, I mean, the creatures there are fine, but they're really nothing to write home about. I think we're probably going to end up playing red just because, like, Double Blood Ogre with Chandra is a pretty good combo. So, if we're going to play red and play Chandra, we probably want some early game. We could go with the white and go with like Spirit Mantle, you know, like a red-white shell, you know, tap guys down, get in. But I don't know that white is the best fit for it, because you have some defensive cards here, and like the Griffin and the Veteran. Like we have the Oblivion Ring, which is fine. Blue actually might be a little bit of a better fit, though. Like, let's have a look. So if we go with blue instead, like blue gives us looter, it gives us, you know, more bounce, more aggressive early game. It gives us mind control. We could always splash white for like Spirit Mantle or Oblivion Ring, something like that. But I'm really kind of loath to splash 3 colors in a sealed pool unless you have to. So I'm looking kind of between, like we have some early game in black, which is, you know, is worth noting. Green has, you know, some Bloodthirst. It's got the Skin Shifter, the Garruk's Companions. It's got the Elves, which are early. Rampant Growth, like Trollhide, can be good on some of our threats. It's got some nice late game. Although I think, like I said, Frost Breath, the Bears, Mind Control, the Bounce, the Unsummon, the blue-red really has me, you know, this is a pretty interesting setup. It is kind of an all-in setup, but I think it's complements our red in a much better way. If we do decide to play the red and we play like the Lightning Elementals, I think the red-blue actually could be a pretty good shell. Green would be a bit more, you know, more staying power. I mean, it would have some more late game. But, you know, if we're going to pair the green, we'd probably pair the green with... Like, we could pair the green with the blue, I suppose. But then, you know, you run into a lot of double color at that point. You know, and like, Garruk's Companion and Phantasmal Bear is not a fun combo. Just because you have the double green and the single blue very early. It's just, it doesn't work well together. We could go with the black and just have, you know, more like average creatures that are early, like Bloodseeker and Onyx Mage, which are good. You know, Child of Night. You know, Tormented Soul just to get in. Which might be a nice complement to the red. The problem is that we don't have any removals. So I think that red-blue is actually the color combination I'm looking at most right now. If we go red-blue, we are going to have removal in the form of bounce. So basically, you know, we've got 19 creatures here. Okay. This is a deck that actually the Greatsword really does a lot of work for. Reason being, we have, you know, First Strike, we have Stormblood Berserkers that can't be blocked, we have the Flyer, the Fleetwing, which is pretty good on, the Drake. You know, it's not the best on the Bears, but I think it still does a fair amount of work. Okay, so let's see, what do we cut in this deck? The mana requirements are not that bad. I think we don't need the Manolith. Like, we don't have too much double color, and we have a pretty full 3-drop slot already. We don't want the Vandal because we are playing artifacts ourselves. Let's see. We could probably board in the Master Thief if we see artifacts. They're not that common. Tunneler is fine, actually. Well, he's okay. He pushes through our Arsonist, our Adept. Okay, actually, Tunneler's not that good in this deck. It's actually pretty average. Just because he can't target the bears since it kills them. This is 23 right here. I like this setup. We could decide to run like the Master Thief over the cancel, but I'm not sure I agree with that. One card that's interesting in this build actually is Levitation. We have 2 Lightning Elementals, 2 Blood Ogres, a Bone Breaker, Berserkers, Phantasmal Bears. I actually think that Levitation might even have a place in this deck. Huh. You know, I think I'm going to give it a whirl. Um, So we play levitation. What do we cut? Like we have, let's see, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14 creatures that it turns on? Yeah, okay, we're playing levitation. I think we still want a threat density of creatures. I think we can probably cut cancel. I mean, we're more of an all-in kind of deck, you know. This is the kind of deck where we want to drop some threats, get in some damage, drop mana barbs, and just seal the game out. Because if we can tap them down, you know, with Frost Breath or bounce their guy, you know, put them into a tough position, I think mana barbs might go a pretty long way. Although, you know, we may not be fast enough for mana barbs. It's hard to say. I think we can board mana barbs in if we see, you know, that we have the opportunity against a pretty slow deck. I'd rather have the cancel main board. Okay, so with this setup, let's take a look at the land count. This looks pretty strong to me, to be honest. I don't normally run Lightning Elemental, but I think in this style of deck, where we can mind control, where we can bounce, where we can unsummon, where we can Frost Breath, levitation, I think Lightning Elemental is actually pretty well suited. Magic Online is saying 9/8. 9 islands and 8 mountains, and I guess I agree with that. I mean, we've got a few double blue like levitation, mind control, cancel, adept. Looks fine to me. Alright, so we will see you for round 1.